Nature's Prophet is not only the strongest but easiest hero to play. Nature's Prophet is a decent lane support. It scales throughout the game and in every single game. Minute 2 onwards, global presence with teleportation makes this hero insanely strong for ranked games. Every part of this guide is very important. Just follow this guide as it is to win some easy MMR with natures. Circlet is going to be the core item in your starting build because you have to make Vessel in almost every game. Starting with Circlet speeds up your Vessel timing. Other than that, you can get Tango, Sentry, Stick if it's a good magic stick lane against heroes that spam low cooldown spells, Blood Grenade, Branch, Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire is a good item on heroes that like to trade a lot in the laning stage. The instant 85 health restore can be used to outplay enemies while trading. NP can be played on both support roles. Keep the laning stage as simple as possible. Start with your Sprout and play around it. Every time you have Sprout available, trade with the enemy. While trading, don't tunnel vision yourself and keep it in mind that you don't end up putting yourself in a 2 versus 1 situation. You will win all the 1v1 trades if you play around your first spell and trees. Your innate ability gives you bonus damage when you're playing around trees. Nature's Prophet has 600 attack range and Sprout's level 1 cast range is 625. There are only a few support heroes that have 600 attack range or more, which means in most of your 1v1 matchups when you Sprout and hit enemy heroes, they can't even trade back with you. If you need to use a Tango, eat a Sprout tree. It gives double healing compared to a normal tree. When your Sprout is on cooldown, you can chill a bit and play around your core and creep wave. I've seen many players taking unnecessary trades when their spell is on cooldown, which can put you at a disadvantage in the laning stage. If you play with discipline and stop the autopilot gameplay, you will feel a huge difference in your gameplay. If you play around trees and trade when Sprout is up, you will not only damage enemy heroes but also heal because of your facet. Your main focus in the lane is to get level 2 as soon as possible. It's not getting kills in the lane, it's getting your level 2, which means you need to stay around your lane creeps to get experience. NP has a huge power spike on level 2. Your skill build is straightforward. Max your Sprout along with your teleportation. Once you're level 2, you need to start looking at other lanes and wait for the right moment to teleport and outnumber the enemy heroes. Ganking other lanes this early will not only help you win them, but also help you get your vessel timings faster. If you're playing with a core that can lane alone, then you can overstay in other lanes or take your time to stack neutral camps, which will help you and your team later on. Otherwise, if you're playing with a hero that needs support in the lane, get back to your lane as soon as possible using gates after the gank. If you're not ganking other lanes in the early game, you're doing something wrong, and you need to watch your replay and figure out what is it that's stopping you from ganking other lanes. If the enemy mid lane has a bottle, you can use your teleport to take the water rune or power rune. If they don't get bottle charges, their lane becomes much harder, which impacts their overall game. Unlike other support heroes, Nature's Prophet doesn't need boots because he can teleport anywhere, so skip buying boots and go straight for Vessel. After the laning stage, if the game is slow, start stacking camps and farming empty lanes or jungle using Sprout. Don't just sit in lane doing nothing. Stack the ancient camp and farm to get your items faster. You can always teleport to join fights, so focus on farming and watching the map. Use scan to steal every wisdom rune starting at minute 7. If your cores are not pushing lanes, you can use your ultimate to push out the lanes as well. Nature's Prophet ultimate does more damage with each bounce, so if you want to use your ultimate to deal damage to enemy heroes, start it from the opposite lane or from a jungle stack. This is where early stacking helps. If you have stacked ancients, place a ward for vision and cast your ultimate from there. By the time it reaches the enemy, it will be doing the maximum damage. With your teleport, you can place deep wards in the enemy jungle and safely farm around them if no enemies are nearby. It's better to farm the enemy's jungle than your own. It denies them gold and slows down their game, and your teammates won't even cry that you're taking their farm. After buying Spirit Vessel, get the Shard. Nature's Prophet Shard reveals enemies in 1200 radius and slows them based on how many trees are nearby. Your combo is teleport into the fight, use the Shard to reveal heroes, then Sprout and Vessel your target. This combo does huge damage. You can even solo kill low HP heroes. Plus teleporting gives you a 250 HP shield barrier which makes you very tanky. I've seen many players not taking teamfights properly in mid to late game and they fall off and struggle to offer any impact in the game at all. First of all, you need to understand your role in the fight. Your basic role is to kite enemy heroes as much as you can with your sprout and shard, and of course, not die first in teamfight. After that, your role depends on how you itemize. Most heroes fall off at some point, but Nature's Prophet scales well throughout the game thanks to his flexible item choices. If you build the right items for each game, you can have a huge impact. But if you go for the same build every time on autopilot, there will be games where you struggle to do much. Spirit Vessel and Shard are your core items, you can build them in every game. After that, you need to think and choose items based on what your team and the game needs. My standard build on Nature's Prophet is Spirit Vessel, Shard, and Aghanim Scepter, which works in almost every game. After that, I go for items that help me survive longer in fights like Ghost Scepter or Force Staff. If saving items are not needed, then I go for more catching items like Hex. If I am playing against heroes like Puck, Queen of Pain, or Spirits, basically any high mobility hero, I like to rush Orchid after Vessel and Shard. It makes it much easier to catch and kill them in fight. Blade Mail can be a great item on Nature's Prophet against heroes that jump on you and try to burst you down. If it's not an Orchid game, you can ask yourself, can Blade Mail be useful this game? The idea is to teleport in middle of a fight, use your Shard Vessel Sprout combo, and if the enemy turns on you, just pop Blade Mail. Either they die with you or they are forced to run away. Blade Mail can be good against heroes like Sven, Lina, Invoker type of heroes. It won't work against Lifestealer, Ursa, and TA who can kill you through Blade Mail. If it's not an Orchid or Blade Mail game, then you can go for standard Scepter build. The Aghanim Scepter root can catch multiple heroes at once, and while they are rooted, the cores cannot use auto attacks and the supports cannot reposition. The main role of your hero is to kite the enemy heroes in teamfights. When you're playing against a high physical damage lineup, you can go for Scepter plus Crimson Guard. This hero can make literally any item depending upon the situation of the game. To understand teamfights better, you first need to identify your role based on your items. In this game, according to my items, my role is to use ultimate when I see multiple heroes in teamfights so I can catch enemy heroes for my team to kill, and use Crimson Guard to save myself and my allies when the enemy starts hitting us. Since my items make me tanky and the enemy has no strong burst damage, I can safely teleport into the middle of the fight. I'm not likely to die quickly, so I can draw attention, soak damage, and waste their time, making the fight much easier for my team. So in this game, even if I TP in middle of all 5 heroes, I'm fine. In this game, my team fight role is completely different from the last one. If I try to play the same way I did before, teleporting into the middle of the fight and tanking damage, I'll just die instantly. The enemy has much more burst and control this time. If I do that, I'll go down in just 2 seconds and my team will be forced to fight 5 vs 4, which is a big disadvantage. Even though I have Blade Mail, it doesn't really help much against heroes like Terrorblade. He deals so much damage that he can kill me through Blade Mail and he won't take any damage in return. In this game, my job is to avoid direct contact with Terrorblade. I need to play on the edge of the fight, not so far away that I cannot cast my spells, but not so close that Terrorblade can focus me or I accidentally walk into something like Echo Slam with my teammates. When I teleport into a fight, I have to be smart. I need to position carefully and wait for the right moment. A big part of my job is to keep Earthshaker out of the fight for as long as possible. If I can stop him from landing a good initiation or Echo Slam, the enemy team will lose a lot of control. That makes it much easier for my team to kite the enemy heroes. In this game, I don't need to stand and right click enemy heroes. That's not my role here. Instead, I should use my spells and items to annoy the enemy, control their positioning, and help my team fight in better conditions. These are the talents I prefer on Nature's Prophet. At level 20, if you're going for Scepter build, take the ultimate cooldown talent, otherwise go for Sprout damage. If you have any Dota related questions, feel free to ask. If you're looking to improve your game understanding in any role, I offer private coaching sessions which can help you improve your skills and become a better player just as they have for my previous students. Limited slots have been opened for July. If you're interested, you can join my Discord linked in description.